In this example, we're going to look at a number guessing game. So let's take a look at how this works. We're asking the computer to pick a random number between 0 and 101, and we're going to cast that as an integer, so it will actually have an integer that's a number from 0 to 100, excuse me. Then we're creating a scanner, and we're printing out to the user to print a magic number, to guess a magic number between 0 and 100. And you can see that comes out down here. And then we're setting up a variable for to hold the user's guess, but we're starting that guess at -1. So this is seeding the loop. Okay, this is making sure that this number up here, which is somewhere between 0 and 100, is not equal to their guess. So we're starting their guess at -1 in this case. Okay, -1 will never be equal to a random number between 0 and 100. So we're going to guarantee that this while loop is going to happen at least once. Okay, we're printing out to the user, enter your guess, which we have right here. And then we're asking the scanner to get the next integer that the user types in. And in this case, I'll put 50, and it says my guess is too low. So what happened there? If my guess is equal to the number, it's going to print out, yes, the number is, and tell me that I got the number, I guessed it correctly. But if it's not equal to the number, so else if, we're going to see if the guess is bigger than the number. And if the guess is bigger than the number, we're going to say that the guess is too high. Okay. And then finally, we have an else statement, because we know if they didn't guess the number and their guess isn't bigger than the number, it must be smaller than the number, so we can print out the guess is too low. We don't have to do a third test here. We don't have to do an else if, because we know that at that point that it must be less than, so we shouldn't waste processor time doing another test. So it tells me my guess is too low, and then the while loop repeats. Guess is not equal to the number, so it comes down through here again and lets me make another guess. Okay, and depending on the results of that guess, it's going to print it out again and repeat it, and it's going to keep repeating as long as the person did not guess the right number. Once they've guessed the right number, this will no longer be true, and the code in the while loop will no longer execute, and the program will end. So enter your guess. I'm going to say 75. That's too high. Let's go to 65. I got it in 3 guesses. That's pretty good. Usually it takes about an average of about 7. There's a mathematical reason for that. If you play the game the way I play it, you can do that. One other thing I might suggest you try to practice your debugging is to try to cheat this game. Do a breakpoint, run the game with debugging, and see if you can cheat and find out what the number is before you get to the guessing part, and then enter the guess and see if you can get it in one guess by using the debugging tools.